I didn't expect the racism when I ran for office. I mean, I expected some prejudice because I look like this, and I got some in my first campaign. Someone came up to a staffer and said, "I'll never vote for that guy because I know how Indians treat their women," which weird. Also, buddy, I was born in Pennsylvania. But I didn't get that. I mean, I didn't get any of that in 8 years. What I did get was some very early and very constant race-based and ethnicity-based attacks from my own community, my South Asian community, a community that was so supportive of me when I first ran because there isn't a lot of South Asian representation in government. But very quickly it became clear that there were some deep philosophical differences between me and some members of that community around things like the balance between academic acceleration and rigor and mental health supports, um, educational equity when it comes to closing learning gaps that are faced by historically underrepresented minorities who've been the subject of systemic racism, LGBTQ issues like gender neutral restrooms, a lot of legitimate philosophical differences that reasonable people can and should disagree on loudly and often in a public forum. But the way my critics framed them to me was race based. You are betraying Indian values. You are betraying your community. You are not really Indian. You are a traitor to your race. Not even hyperbole. A member of the community who was a critic of mine came up to me and insinuated that because my wife is white and my kids were mixed race, I was a traitor to my race. I couldn't call myself an Indian. That backwards ass thinking in 2022 in Silicon freaking Valley. What the hell? And that was not a one off. It was constant. It was almost a decade of this. I was called racist against Asians in the newspaper. I was called the token Asian on the school board. I mean, pick a lane, people. You can't have it both ways. Anyways, the point is, there were lots of people in the community who would reach out to me privately to say, "We agree with you on so and so issue of the day. We think you're right, but we don't want to say anything. Because if we do, we're going to get bullied by this person or this person or this person. And we're going to get called, non Indians. We're going to get shunned from the community." And, a minority community, that's a place, it's a safe place. It's a place where people can connect to each other with their shared roots. They're not going to do anything to get exercise from that community. And as happens, then communities that most need to participate in civic discourse and local government, state government, because they're minorities, end up being the ones that participate the least. Because the folks who are more willing to speak out and have a disagreement or have a discussion against the prevailing view are the ones whose speech is chilled the most. And that's a damn shame. It just is.